Kari Nasai Minasan. Today we're gonna talk about Kamen Rider Geats episode 40. This episode is the pinnacle of story writing because with a single character death, they managed to kill three bursts in a single death. That is OP, man. Like usually you get 2 bursts, but this one you get 3 bursts. Okay, so which are the 3 bursts? The first burst is obviously we know it is gonna be Buffa, because Buffa was like, the fuck, what did I do? I'm just doing my job. I'm just trying to exterminate Jyamato, and I did not expect it to be Sarah. I did not expect it to be Kewa's sister. And the second bird obviously is Kewa himself. He is in full rage mode right now, and that actually resonates with Sumeri. Okay, like Sumeri also wants to avenge the death of Sarah, and that would actually allow him to get his hand on the Shogun Rice Bucket. Sumeri is the one that actually gave him the power to avenge the death of her sister, or maybe the power to protect more people from dying itself. So we are not sure what is gonna happen. Like, does the Shogun Rice Bucket has the ability to actually destroy, like to kind of like separate the Jyamato from the humans, something like that? Because if I would say giving Tycoon the power to avenge her sister, but not giving him the power to save people is a little bit weird. And by the way of the weapon that they use, like the katana that they are gonna give Tycoon, I really felt like they are gonna show that he is able to kind of like cut the connection, cut the parasite in between the human and Jyamato cell, and allowing him to save people, something like that. I think that is definitely one of the power of Shogun, to allow him to save people. I don't know, maybe that is a stretch, maybe not, we will never know. Okay, like this is really fun to speculate, because right now like Geats is going back to its root where everything is fresh, everything is unpredictable once again. So I'm really happy with how the story is going right now at the final arc of the story. But the next bird that we need to talk about, I felt like a lot of people might not realize this, but it is Neon Kurama. Right now Neon Kurama is in total pain. Okay, like she has no way to turn to, and the last fortress, the last foundation that she has is Sarah. Sarah's kindness is the one that actually helps her through her tough time right now. She goes back to the family, she meets with the mother, but the mother, even though the mom actually says that, you know, all these years I love you, that is my genuine love for you, and I still want you to stay with me and all those stuff. But Neon is not able to accept that, because if you really think about it, Neon has matured as a person. Like, she is not hungry for the love of her parents, but what she really wants right now is someone that just love her no matter what. And even though like they do not know her story, it is fine, in they are just able to love her for who she is. And I felt like that is what Neon really needs, because Neon, if you really think about it, Neon just need a new start, a fresh start, something like that. And I know this contradicts a little bit with what I always what I really want for Neon, because Neon, I really want Neon to reconcile with her parents and all those stuff. But based on how the story is going right now, I just felt like maybe Neon ending, like the ending of Neon's story arc, is not gonna be something pretty. Okay, it's not gonna be what we expect it to be. Maybe by the end of the story, we might actually see Neon and Kewa like getting together and supporting one another because the death of Sarah, because like they both lost someone that is really dear to them, and they can be each other's foundation, something like that. Okay, so that is, if that is how the story is gonna go, it is gonna be really amazing. Because in the first episode, we actually started out with Kewa and Neon together, like they are fate kind of like brought them together. And if they actually ended up together by the end of the story, that is also gonna be something really amazing. Because if you really think about it, Neon is rich, Keiwa is like a poor ass dude who just want to save the world and cannot, like, he has great ambition, but he doesn't have the ability, he doesn't have the money to do that. And Neon can be the financial support for Keiwa. That is gonna be like a perfect chemistry, perfect couple thing, something like that, if you really think about it. But that is just what I think, okay? So this is the tree bird that they killed in a single death of Sakurai Sara. That is so amazing. Yuya Takahashi, I honestly speaking, I really love how they wrote the story in this episode. They by killing off Sarah in this manner, they really like allow a lot of the story to progress more properly, to progress more fast in a sense, to actually push Keiwa to the dark side, to push Neon back to being a rider, and to push Buffa into despair. But based on what we see is like next episode, Buffa doesn't seem to be in despair at all. Like he still keep on fighting and something like that. So maybe we might actually get to see Tycoon like beating the shit out of Buffa, and stopping at the end of the fight, something like that. Or maybe S is gonna be the one that stopped Tycoon. We are not sure, okay? We are not sure what is gonna happen. But with that being said, we need to talk about the other side of the story, which is the villain, okay? The villain, the antagonist, whatever you want to call them. But Samas and Jito is back in action. They actually made up with Beroba and Kekera and giving them a black card, okay? So that the card that they use in that Laser Rise Riser is actually a new card. So that is really interesting. Like they use a black card, and that actually allows them to gain access to premium power. But I would assume that there is definitely a little bit of trick happening here. Like Samas and Jito wouldn't just give Beroba and Kekera something that will actually, I know that they want to work together to get rid of Geats and all those stuff, but by the end of the day, if you really think about it, Beroba and Kekera are loose ends of the Grand End also. So they would also try to figure out a way to get rid of both Beroba and Kekera. And I felt like the black card is actually a trick for Samas and Jito to use to get rid of Beroba and Kekera. And a lot of people has been talking about and speculating that Beroba and Kekera is gonna be the king and queen of Jyamato. And right now we are definitely gonna see that happen, okay? Because right now, based on what we see, Daichi seems more like a Joker card in the Jyamato thing, something like that, because like he is insane, man. Daichi, holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like he is straight up eating Jyamato, allowing himself to become a Jyamato, and he doesn't want to embrace the power of the rider, but instead he actually uses the power of the Jyamato to become to gain all the memory of humanity. How the hell is that happening? If you really think about it, like at first I don't really understand, but after you think about it, by how Sarah died in this episode, like how she went back onto the earth, something like that, like she was like dragged onto the earth by like the Jyamato spine, by the roots of the Jyamato, something like that. It will actually make sense that if you actually did, if human got dragged back down onto the ground and Daichi eat the Jyamato that was being birthed out of the ground itself, he might be able to gain the memories of the human itself. Because just like how when Jyamato like was being raised and born through the broken ID core, like they are able to gain like the memories, or should I say like the looks of the people itself, is because like they are harnessing the power of the ID core. They are eating up their memory from the ID core itself. So there is definitely it is a fast stretch to actually make the connection, but if you really allow it to a little bit of flexi way, it is definitely plausible for Daichi plans to be a success, okay? So that is something really interesting. So this is the story so far. This episode is Subarashi. I really enjoy this episode by how the story is gonna go. But next week is also gonna be really amazing, okay? Because next week we are gonna see like officially we're first time we're gonna see the Tycoon Shogun form, and we are also gonna see a little bit of Nago story. Like based on the next episode preview, we might actually get to see Nago visiting his father in prison, and we are not sure what Buffa is gonna do and what S is gonna do, because right now S is losing control. Okay, like he is definitely losing control of the war that he actually created. So we just have to wait and see like what is gonna happen next. But that is all from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. It is not a very long one. I try to reduce the video length that I'm creating right now, unless I have a lot of things I want to say. I will try to make it as short as possible, okay? But with that being said, that is all from me. If you made it this far into the video, I have one word for you, and that is sunburn, okay? Because if you look at my skin and my other videos, my skin has been blackened, okay, by the sun, because I was working in a production for the past 1 week, and most of the days I am under the hot sun. It is insanely torturous, but it is also a really fun experience. So that is all from me. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, let me know in the comment section below. If you have anything you want to talk about, let me know in the comment section below as well. We can talk about it in the comment section below. How many times do I have to say comment for you to say to write comment section below? Bye bye.